Hello, this is Darren Alf from BicycleTouringPro.com, and today I'm going to be talking about how to pack your bike, give you some ideas on how to go about packing your panniers, and all the other stuff that goes on your bike when you're packing. So let's begin. This is my pile of stuff, and if I was camped out like in a tent, I would pack all my things before I put it on the bike, and then it's just a matter of throwing it on there and heading down the road. So the first thing I usually put on is my sleeping mat, and this is in a waterproof case here, and that just goes on to the back, and I have a bungee cord that's always attached on here, and it just slides right under, and there, it's on. The next thing I do is add my back panniers, the rear bags that go on the back of my bike, and this is the rear right bag, and it just hooks on back here. Then I add the left bag, then I add my front panniers, and these are P100s, Lone Peak P100s, and I didn't mention that the ones on the back here are P500 Lone Peak panniers. So these just go on the front. And then this is my handlebar bag. It's an H100. Once again, it's a Lone Peak handlebar bag. And that just clips on right here. And that's it. And I'm ready to ride. So it's a pretty quick procedure. You'll see a lot of people who will pack their bikes with the tent and sleeping bag and a whole bunch of other stuff bungee corded onto the back of the bike. And I used to do that. And I'll show you some pictures right now of my bike fully loaded with stuff on the back. And the reason I don't do that anymore is because it's just so much easier to pack my bike like this. You saw it only took me 30 seconds or so to pack my bike. Whereas if I have a tent and a sleeping bag and food and all this other jackets and stuff on the back of my bike, it takes a lot longer. The other thing I should note is that where is my tent and sleeping bag, right? Well, my tent is in this rear left pannier, and the sleeping bag is in the rear right pannier. And there's two reasons I do that. One is because, just like I said, it's easier, quicker to pack my bike in the morning if those things are already in my panniers. And the second thing is, if it does rain, it just gives extra protection to those belongings. It's not a big deal if my tent gets wet, but it is a big deal if my sleeping bag gets wet. I don't want to sleep in a wet sleeping bag, and I've done that before. It's not a lot of fun. So those are some important things to keep in mind while you're doing that. The other thing I should say about packing your panniers with the tent and sleeping bag in there, it's something I've talked about before, but it in a way saves me space. It takes up space in my panniers, but let's say I was traveling and I wanted to pick up an extra jacket, or I found some souvenirs that I wanted to buy and bring home with me. I could take my tent out of the pannier and put it on top with my sleeping mat, and then put the thing that I just bought that I want to carry inside my pannier to keep it safe. So it gives me that option. If I already have my panniers totally stuffed with junk and all my tent and sleeping bag on top of the bike, there's not a lot of room to add anything more. So this packing this way gives me the option of taking something out, bungee cording it to the back of my bike, and then putting the other things inside my bags. So those are my little tips for packing your bike when traveling with panniers. And if you have any questions for me, the email address is contact@bicycletouringpro.com. Otherwise, I'm Darren Alf, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.